Ooh, hopefully it's focused. But what's going on, guys? Welcome to Wilkesboro, North Carolina. So we're out here with the old man's garage, Bill Hoskinson, doing some stuff with the Malibu. He's got a private track rental going on, testing the Malibu, wants to see how fast it can go, you know, really dialing the suspension and the nitrous and the tuning and all that stuff. And then we're gonna do some other things too, but I'm not gonna say what yet because I'm not even really sure the plan. Bill told me a little bit. So we're gonna find out here in a little bit, but we're getting ready to leave the hotel now to head to the track. Bill's already at the track getting ready. We didn't get here until about 4:15 last night, so or 4:15 this morning, so we're just a wee bit tired. So we're getting ready right now and we're gonna be heading out, and we'll see you guys here at the track. So the track is only probably about supposedly 10 minutes away from the hotel, and then right down the road is the old Wilkesboro circle track that's been featured in the Dale Earnhardt videos, and they're reviving it and bringing it back to life, which is really cool. So if we get some time, I really would like to go over there and see if I can maybe fly the drone around it and just take some cool videos of it, because that is a very big part of history, and first off circle track racing, but racing, you know, all around. So gonna be a very cool time. We're only here for today, and we're going, which is Tuesday, and we're going home tomorrow, which is Wednesday. So we're gonna try and cram a bunch of stuff in here to hopefully be able to see a bunch of stuff. But already being in 2023 and going to New Orleans, I was in Kentucky this past weekend. Now I'm down here in North Carolina, so I could say it's gonna be a pretty cool year. We'll be in Florida next month in February. Then racing's gonna pick back up in March, and then for sure in April we'll be in Texas and Vegas. So looking forward to a great year, guys. If you're newly subscribed, thank you for subscribing to the channel. It means a bunch to me and David. We got some more car content coming, different stuff on David's car, S10 content. Hopefully I'll be picking up the motor for the S10 here in the next hopefully week, couple of days. I know I've been saying that for a while, but we actually had the wrong rocker arms, so that kind of put a hinder in our plans. So we had to wait a little while for the new ones to come in, but we have the new rocker arms, so top end and motor should almost be done, and then we should get the motor back. And then I got a little itty bitty surprise I'm gonna be dropping off another motor for the Monte Carlo. So hopefully we'll have 2 cars running this year, which is gonna be really, really cool. So I can't wait for you guys to see that. But other than that, let's head to the track.
I'm the biggest fan of Phil. Did you bring your wife, Vicky? She's absolutely gorgeous.
No,
I've always wanted to meet her,
she
and
sent
she's so
you...
pretty. Did she bring me any cookies or anything?
Yeah,
I mean, I've never talked to her ever, and
cookies.
she's just my biggest fan.
All right.
Right. Oh, your video. I thought you were talking about.
Oh, no. I'm talking about the trip down here.
Okay, I thought you were talking about what you did yesterday, and you had great momentum yesterday on Facebook. I don't want
there's a bunch of stuff that happened last night on the way down here that I'm not going to put in my video.
Okay.
Because obviously I had nobody to film it, and it was a teetotal catastrophe, right? But I don't want what happened last night to distract everybody from what's going to happen in my video, so I figure I'd just share it with you.
Okay.
Let's go over here and let me show you what happened.
Oh no.
When we left for New Orleans,
Okay.
I found this fuel tank on Facebook Marketplace for sale. It was red at the time, but I found it on there for $100. I told Uncle Bucko, hey, I'm leaving for New Orleans while I'm gone. Go get this tank, clean it up, have Kenny paint it, put it in the back of my truck, and hook it up so I've got 2 fuel tanks, because when I come back, I've got trips planned. Hence, we're here today. Okay. So this tank only holds 18 gallon. All right?
Okay.
And this tank's gas gauge sending unit, not the best. It only shows half to maybe 3/4 of the tank at most. It never goes clear full, and you definitely don't want it to stay empty.
Yeah.
Okay. So 18 gallon, 400 small block. It's got a little bit of a converter in it, so it slips a little. Not the most efficient thing. So I wanted to make sure I had 2 tanks
ready.
yeah,
Okay.
ready to go. Driving through the mountains, pulling Malibu on the trailer.
Cracker.
Crack a barrel, right? So my brother, I told him, clean the tank, paint it, seal it if it needs it, put it in the truck, have it ready. I get home, none of that's done. Kenny did get the tank painted. It is painted, but it's not in the truck, it's not sealed, and I never looked in it because I was so busy editing from New Orleans. It needed sealed. This fuel filter, and thank God for it, you can take it apart and clean it, right?
Yeah.
How many times do you think I had to stop and take that fuel filter apart last night and clean it?
Well, before we left my house, you already said you had to stop once and do it.
Yeah.
So
I didn't even make it out of the state of Ohio. I didn't make it to the Ohio River.
Oh.
And this thing died.
Oh,
I coasted, listen, I coasted into a gas station, opened the hood, and luckily, I mean, I kind of knew this was going to happen, so I moved the fuel filter from, it was down on the fuel pump, and I moved it up here so it's easy to get to. Thank God I did that. Also, thank God I was smart enough to tell my brother, make sure I have all the tools and the like a trouble light and everything, because I know I'm going to be working on this thing. I clean it out, I get back on the road, I cross the Ohio River, I'm down into West Virginia, I stop and get gas, and I notice that the back tank has not dropped. It's not using any fuel out of the back tank, and they're hooked together. It should. Turns out the brand new gas cap that I ordered from Mark at A1 Auto Parts was not vented.
Oh.
I told him I needed a vented cap, but it's not vented, and I didn't know it. Jeremy put it on.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so I put the old cap back on, which it was in the bed, and then the gas gauge starts climbing. I'm like, sweet, the tanks are leveling out.
Yeah.
Perfect. Not perfect. So the gas gauge did come up, the tank's leveled out. I'm like, sweet. And usually it'll come up to half a tank when it's full, and then it'll drop down to about a quarter, and that's where I always get gas.
Yeah.
It came up to half, and the sending unit stuck.
Ooh.
I'm like, man, this thing will run forever on fuel. No. I got down into Virginia, into the mountains in Virginia, and I just passed this sign that says 5% grade for the next 3 miles. And I feel this thing start to chug.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no. I stop. It's right at the bottom of this hill, and like there's semis coming down, and then there's the bottom of the hill, and there's a curve, so it's a blind curve. They can't see me. Okay. The berm is closed because there's a construction zone, so there's barrels and stuff, so I can't even get off the right lane. The truck has no mirror on the passenger side. I have no mirror on this side. And I didn't make it even 600 feet up the hill. I'm coasting backwards into oncoming traffic with my Malibu leading the way on the trailer. And I had to back the Malibu in between construction barrels with no mirror, without hitting anything, without getting into the guardrail, and get it off the side. Turns out the damn thing ran out of gas. The sending unit didn't come down. It stopped at half. So I'm completely out of fuel in both tanks. Luckily, I had 2.5 gallons of 110 race gas for my standalone in the Malibu in the bed. So I put a gallon in each tank to cover the pickups. Sure. And then I couldn't get it to pull fuel. I had to suck fuel through the...
Oh my God.
I'm out here. It's 26 degrees. I'm on a blind curve at the bottom of a mountain in Virginia. This is going to be another New Jersey story. But, so, I'm at the bottom of a hill in Virginia, at the bottom of a mountain, blind curve, semis coming past, like whizzing past the side of the truck going 70, 80 mile an hour, because they're trying to get a run at the next hill.
Yeah.
And I'm out here. Yeah. So,
Oh my God.
it gets better. I get this thing, I get fuel up to the carburetor, and I've cranked it and cranked it and cranked it till the battery's almost dead. Like, this is my last shot.
This is your last attempt.
Yeah, they no doubt. Because I have to leave the key on to keep a turn signal flashing. I don't have 4-ways.
Right, yeah, these trucks didn't.
Yeah, and it's got electric fans, so it's sitting there running the battery dead, and I didn't have time to find a relay and unplug all that. I wasn't getting into all that.
Sure.
So I crank this thing, and I'm pumping and I'm pumping, and finally it fires up. And I mean, it barely fires up, but I can tell there's something wrong with the carburetor. The carburetor's full of dirt too. Like, it doesn't want to idle. pull it down into gear, turn the left turn signal on. I'm pulling out and I'm going up the hill. I'm on the floor and it's kind of chugging. There's only a gallon in each tank.
Sure.
It's a 5% grade for 3.5 miles. I get to the top of the hill, and as I get to the top of the hill, I see there's an exit for a marathon.
Right.
Sweet. I pull off the exit that dies at the stop sign. I get it restarted. I drive underneath the interstate. I get into the gas station. I'm filling both tanks. The truck won't idle. The carburetor's completely full of dirt. It won't idle. I'm filling both tanks, and just as the thing clicked off, the lights quit on the station. They closed it. If I had missed that by 30 seconds, I was done. I would have had to unload the Malibu and drive it to the next exit with a gas can.
Right.
Oh my God.
To say that I would have liked to strangle my brother last night is an understatement.
I watched the rest of your video this morning, and when you pulled a penny out of the fuel filter, I lost it when I was eating breakfast down there in the lobby.
Oh my God. So I asked him last night, I'm like, dude, why didn't you seal that? Well, Mark said it was going to take 4 or 5 days to get the red coat in, and I forgot, and then you were here, and it's always a big hurry. All right. All right. We've made it. The truck still runs. I did have to stop someplace in North Carolina. Oh, I know where it was. I stopped at the bottom of Fancy Gap. As you come down Fancy Gap, there's a truck stop right there at the bottom of the hill.
Mm-hmm. So I pulled in there this morning at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's 26 degrees, and I've got the carburetor apart. Cleaning the crud out of it. Oh my goodness.
At the truck stop, I'm like, I got to do it because,
Yeah.
I mean, it was one of those things where if you let it idle, if you have to stop, it dies.
Sure.
So I didn't take it completely apart, but I pulled the idle mixture screws out and took brake cleaner and straw and blew it in there.
Right.
Clean all the crap out of the idle mixture screws, put it back together, fired right up.
Wow.
It's here. I made it.
I drove. He slept.
Oh, okay.
So
For the record.
Oh, yeah. Here we go for the
there's
record.
no for the record. We didn't get on the road at 8:30.
I'm done. I'm done. Can we do fast stuff now? Alright, so this is my first time ever at Wilkesboro Dragway. I know Billy and Bill, Tommy, I know Team Meatball's been here, but this is my first time here. So this is, unfortunately, if you guys remember the purple TKM Fox body, this is where he actually hit the left lane scoreboard at down here. So kind of, if you know, like if you, that was the first thing I remember this track by whenever we first pulled in. So, but it's a very, very nice facility. It's very, very cool down here. I would 100% race here. It looks very, very fun, very, very cool. Awesome track owners. I can't, just talking to them for a couple minutes, super great guys. So they're prepping one lane right now. They're going to keep one lane prepped, one lane no prep. I believe Bill is going to run, I think, prep. I'm not necessarily sure. So they're dragging it right now, getting ready to go. Bill is working on the Malibu, doing a couple of different things, getting it prepped to go. So should be a very, very great day. Very, very cool stuff going on. We got it for 4 hours, and I believe there's a couple more cars coming. Right now it's just Bill and one other car here, so we'll see what happens when, I guess, whenever noon hits. I don't even know if it's noon or not, so. What? What does he need? So, all right, we'll see you here in a second. All right, Bill, what's the plan? First pass.
We're going to just run it on motor. I just need to get some video of what the suspension does in the tire. Mostly the sidewall of the tire. If it goes smooth, we'll continue to make some motor passes to get the car dialed in as far as shift points, launch RPM, and all that. And then once we get through that, we'll start putting some spray to it. What I'm looking for is to see how quickly the front suspension separates. I don't want the front end to come up real fast and pop the tire off the track. I want it to leave nice and smooth and not even pull the front tire off. I want to make sure that the tire on the back, I want to see a little bit of wrinkle to the sidewall, not much distortion, but just enough. And I want to see what the rear suspension does as far as the separation on that. And we'll just take everything into consideration after I make a lick, and we'll make some adjustments, and we'll see if we can make the car go faster and faster and faster on motor, and then we'll start hitting it with some nitrous.
right, Bill.
Yeah.
Tell me about the first 2 passes.
Okay, so the first pass, we started off with tire pressure at 12 psi cold. And it's a long burnout. It's a long spot there to get from the water to the burnout or the starting line. So it was a long burnout. I figure they're probably around 13 pounds by the time I made the pass. First pass looked good. It had a lot of wrinkle in the tire, a lot of distortion. I felt like it needed more air. So the second pass I started at 13 pounds cold, long burnout. And the 60 foot was actually the same, almost to the thousandth. I did, however, change shift points from first to second, and I think that slowed the car down a little bit. I raised the shift point just a little bit. I held first gear a little longer, and I think that slowed the car down just a little bit. But it's a bracket car. It's 145 60 foot both times. Went 688 and 686. It slowed down a little bit the second one, probably because of the shift point that I raised. Shout out to Billy, because I had Warrior front shocks on this car, and Viking makes a Warrior, which is an economy dual adjustable, and then the Crusaders, which cost a little bit more, but the valving is a little bit tighter for faster, higher horsepower cars. Billy just swapped his S10 from stock suspension to whatever he did. Looks like a dune buggy now, but whatever.
Hey now.
Yeah, but so he had a not brand new, used set of Crusaders off his S10, and the G-body and the S10 are the exact same suspension. So we pulled his Crusaders out of his S10 and we put them in the Malibu before we came down here, and he told me start at 13 clicks on the rebound. It should be pretty close, and literally came off the ramps and went 145 60 foot twice in a row, no trouble. The tire looked a lot better on the second pass. Didn't have as much distortion, although the 60 foot was the same. The 60 foot being the same, there's something there, because with the 60 foot being the same, you think, oh, it's consistent, but it slowed the car down on the ET out the back. So that tells me if the tire looked better and it still ran the same ET, but the shift point slowed it down, that tells me that if I had shifted it where I should have, like the first time, it could have been probably a 143 60 foot. Yeah. Because I'm shifting before the 60 foot. First to second comes before the 60 foot cone in this car. It's a 700 R4. It's got a 306 low gear. So it comes really fast. Yeah. We're on winter blend E85 today. It's not the highest quality E85, especially, for pump E85. So I'm a little bit concerned about the amount of 87 octane pump gas that's mixed in with my E85. It's actually down around E70. Okay. So I'm not sure if I'm going to turn both kits on today. I don't think that's probably a good idea with the fuel that's in the tank right now. We'll just see what a difference 150 shot makes.
Awesome. Well, let's see it. What are you doing now? Is that your nitrous progressive?
Yeah. So we're going to start at 10%. It's going to be on a half-second delay. It's going to go from 10 to 100% in 1 second. So I'm going to delay it a half a second, let the car get back on the tire, let it get rolling, and then I'm going to start at 10%, roll it in over a second. So right about the time I click second gear, it should be all in.
Awesome.
I haven't seen the time slip yet, but see what the 60 foot was. But
a little bit faster to the 60
I put it in second gear, and I can feel the ramp came all the way in. And when the ramp came all the way in, I felt.
Are we professional crew guys now?
No, not at all. Okay. No, sir, we're not.
Okay. No. So we couldn't go work for NHRA.
We're lucky to work for ourselves, buddy.
Not bad for a little daily driver, huh?
So when I went up to do that burnout, I noticed there was a considerable amount of dirt out there on the track, so I just did a long burnout and backed up. as best I could. Got myself lined up pretty decent.
It's that bracket racer in you.
Yeah.
Always know where your tracks are. I don't know how you do it.
So it was a 141 60 foot. It went 145 twice in a row on motor. That was a half-second delay on the nitrous kit, and it went a 141. But as soon as I stuck it in second gear, it started to move, and then midway through second gear, it was really starting to push towards the wall. So rather than try to muscle my way down through there and wad my shit up, I just went ahead and let out of it.
Consistency is key, Dad.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, we don't know that. See, we put my car on the
all
bumpers.
in.
I want to say we put my car on the bumper all year, and then we're like,
Hold
hey,
on,
we should
hold
put
on. There's a
we should
story
put a
behind.
second kit on this car.
So when he put it on the bumper, Bill,
Kind of dumb, guys. Kind of dumb. But I wanted to go fast and do cool shit. So when we get the S10 done, you saying turn all 3 kits on?
of course, that's what we do. We set it on kill, and then we back it down a notch.
Oh yeah, if you guys want to see a little sneak peek of something, I'll put it right here. It was just sent to us today. Now how you see it, it'll be completely different when it finally gets set in the truck here soon, but it's almost done. Almost done. We're just missing push rods. Once those push rods come in, she's coming home, boys. She's coming home. What is that?
My wife insisted that I bring these for your dad.
Hell yes.
Snickerdoodles.
Oh. Were we just not talking about setting it on kill?
I don't know what that guy's doing.
I didn't tell you the bill.
That's not my problem.
Okay.
Miss Vicky, when you watch our video and your lovely husband's video,
Thank you.
these
are awesome.
these are to die for. I'm coming over this weekend. I just want more. I love them. I think they're great.
We're following you home.
All right, Bill, tell me about it.
So, I'm not driving very well today, to be quite honest with you. It's been a while since I've been on a track with a tree, and I'm not really familiar with racing this car that way, but a lot of stuff going on. There's stuff all over the track, and my mind's just kind of all over the place. So I feel like I deep staged that. I've rolled in a little bit too far, which is a terrible thing. You should never do that. But the 60 foot was slow, 144. The car went 641 at 106.25, and I noticed when I stuck it from second into high gear, I shifted at 7,000, but it only dropped back. I need to watch the video, but I don't feel like it dropped back like it should. And the other thing is there's a few dips in the track down there, and I could feel the rear tires just kind of unloading a little bit. So I'm sure the mile an hour is never going to be what it could be right now, but the car is really strong. That's only on one kit. That's on 150. So work on it. We'll see what we can do.
So right there, same nitrous tune-up. Really just trying to change some very small things. Like he said, he was probably going to use lockup on that pass. I'm not sure what he did. Another clean pass. I took a slow-mo video of it, and you could tell that it still looks like it might need a little bit more tire pressure. It looks like it's still wadding the tire just a little bit. But other than that, another clean pass. Let's see what Bill says. Considerable delay. I mean, a half a second delay in a car that goes 145 60 foot off motor. That's, you know, I mean, it's out there almost, it's almost into second gear yeah. before I can feel the nitrous start to come in. So I mean, I can speed that up, but I don't see any reason to turn the second kit on today, because
the converter is so loose when I stick it in high gear, it's just blowing through it.
Yeah.
And I tried to lock it there, but I grabbed the button and I had it turned on, but for some reason I don't think the converter locked. So I may have something going on in the car with wiring or something, that who knows. But so I need to look into that. But I mean, 641, 642 back to back, I mean, it's like a bracket car.
Yep.
And I can, like, I'm not even struggling. I don't even open the hood.
Yeah.
You know, I drive it off into the track, pull it up here, the tires down. I spend more effort heating the bottle up with the bottle warmer than I do anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, I could literally just keep hot lapping. I could bracket race this car.
Yep.
Just, it doesn't care. I'm pretty happy with it. I think I'm going to pull a plug and just see what they look like after it cools down.
Hey guys, just wanted to hop on here and just say thank you so much to Paul and Chris for the hospitality and just everything that they showed us while we were down there. Paul is the track owner. Chris is a friend of Paul. You know, they cooked for us. They made sure we were taken care of, made sure we had everything we needed for filming purposes. They just really, really, really took care of us. So we will definitely be back to Wilkesboro, you know, for any race that they have. I'm very committed to helping bring life back to that track, I guess you could say, under new ownership and management. So very, very, very pleased, you know, very thankful for everything that they showed us while we were down there. It means so much to us, especially coming from a racer who just, you know, all he wants to do is race, and that's exactly what Paul is committed to, and Chris as well. They just want to tend to the racers. They want people to come to the track. They want to see it. They want to make the track better in any way, shape, or form that they can. So really means a lot to me.
Don't eat.
What do you like?
I don't know.
Steak.
He likes murdered steak.
Burn up steak.
Burn up steak.
Cajun style.
What's the steakhouse? The one that used to be here that they moved?
Dodge City.
Dodge City?
That's what the guy said.
Yeah, Dodge City.
Everybody's saying Dodge City. How far is it from here?
Now it's Dodge City.
10
Will it
minutes.
start? Will it start and run?
Streetcar.
You may get the best
Means
meal
it's
you
Dodge?
had, and you may get the worst meal you had.
Oh yeah.
It can be hit or miss.
Great.
The fat man has spoken. You can listen to all these skinny people you want.
I like it burnt, smothered in A1 sauce. I'm ruining it for everybody, and I don't give a shit. That's what I like.
Well, don't sugarcoat it. Tell us how you really feel.
Have you ever known me to sugarcoat anything?
I have not, no. You topped a cake yesterday. That was probably the most unsugar-coated thing I've ever seen. I'm proud to call you my friend.
I cannot thank you enough for inviting me down here to come
Dude, I
hang
can't
out.
thank you enough for coming down here to help me.
Of course. There's going to be a lot more like that this year.
I'm not used to somebody helping me film.
Yeah.
You know? In all honesty, it's going to be weird. I'm not used, like, I'm always, like, when I'm doing my videos, I'm always the one filming, editing, kind of scheduling everything, making things happen. And I don't really have anybody helping me film or edit or nothing like that. So
Well,
I don't know how this video is going to be perceived, because, like, nobody hardly ever sees my face on the camera.
Yeah.
It's just my voice.
Yeah.
You know. What'd you think when you rolled in last night and Malibu was sitting out there?
I thought it was the coolest shit ever.
I came in, it was like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning by the time I got to the hotel, and the hotel manager checked me in, and I went and grabbed my, Tyler DeSantis calls it my suitcase, or my filing cabinet. I don't have a brief, or what do you call it, luggage?
The suitcase?
Suitcase.
Yeah.
I don't own a suitcase. Vicky throws everything in a tote, a plastic tote, and Tyler calls it my filing cabinet. So I went out and got my filing cabinet and a couple things, and I come rolling them in. And I took the cart back down to the lobby, and he was there. I said, "What time they start breakfast?" He said, "Oh, usually so and so." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And I was waiting for him to tell me, "You gonna move that thing?" And he didn't say nothing. I was split.
Yep.
'Cause-
When I rolled in, I was asleep. And my dad woke me up. He's like, "Hey, we're here." And I like picked myself up, and I'm like, "Oh shit, Bill's here too." Yeah. And I was like, "This is so freaking cool." I'm like, nobody does this stuff. That's why it's so freaking cool.
Thing, obviously doesn't have a cap, so everything in the bed of it, I can't lock it.
Yeah.
And I think I can lock the cab. I think the door lock does work.
Well, because I walked out. I was gonna go fly the drone around and take a couple cool shots, and I'm like, I have my head down and I'm just, you know, walking to the front door, and I pick my head up. I'm like, oh fuck, he's gone. He's not even here. That's why I called her. I'm like, where are you at?
I'm out.
So what we got planned tonight? What's the plan
So
for tonight?
we're gonna go hang out at Robbie Dollar's shop, Carolina Performance, and we may put the old Malibu on the dyno.
Cool.
But I was planning on doing that, but for some reason I can't get the converter to lock. And just on the one stage, you can tell the converter's like way loose.
Yeah.
Way loose. Like it's only dropping 500 on the shift from second to third. So like there's literally no reason to even bother turning the second kit on here today, because I already know what it's going to do.
Well, we're gonna finish up here. We're gonna hang out for a little bit and just watch, and then after that we're gonna head out. There's a steakhouse that we're gonna go eat at. Bill wants to do some street car things, go hang out with Robbie Dollar, and we'll probably go back to the hotel and we'll edit from there, and we'll head home tomorrow. So see y'all here in a little bit. Alright, so now we're at Dodge City Steakhouse. So Bill can get some well done steak down here in good state of North Carolina.
You heard me.
Alright, so after dinner we're out here on the street now, and Bill's gonna make fun run against the Carolina Performance Trailblazer SS. Robbie's wife drives. So we're gonna do a fun run here. We got GoPros set up, film this. It's gonna be really fun. Can't wait. Yeah.
I was just on the first kit, and I mean, I tried not to crack it wide open right off the hit, and it actually took it. I mean, I loosened the front shocks up a lot, so that the front end would come up, just leaving easy.
Yeah.
But man, once that freaking kit came all the way in, I'm just on the first stage.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was.
It looked like she was riding out.
Huh?
Looked like she was riding out. And you had to lift.
Yeah, my man P.
No problem at all. Here she goes.
I didn't really know what it was going to do.
to shake him. I hate it when he gets loose. You're welcome.
That was fun. I don't know.
They're not no wide
They're
no
not-
bounces.
I think they're, I don't know. I don't know. Probably Walmart specials, whatever was on sale. My wife gets me.
I had to make another trip.
The next trip. He's gonna take up for his mom.
Okay.
Take it on mom. I got to take up.
All right.
Pick those mom.
But-
You pick those
But mine does have a parachute and it has a bumper exit. So
up to it. What does it make at the tire?
Do you feel like taking it back to the shop and putting it on there?
It's up to you. And there's only one way to find out.
What time is it?
It's about
8:30?
8:30.
Let's go.
Dyno 30.
Let's just go back it up on there on the rollers and I'll light one kit on it. I don't know that I want to turn both of them on because it's on winter blend.
Yeah, I don't know. He sees that blue Mustangs and everything. He might turn
He's
both
already
of them
seen
on.
it.
He's already seen
He
it.
might turn both the kits on.
You already seen it.
All right, so now we're going back to Carolina Performance. I believe Bill is going to put the Malibu on the dyno, see what it makes just on one kit, and then after that, I don't know. We probably won't get his truck and trailer till tomorrow, and then, but everyone's really beat. Everyone's really tired. Me and Bill want to go back and share some footage, and yeah, my dad wants to sleep because he's tired. So.
When I hit it out there, when I raced that Trailblazer, I was telling myself, don't go straight on the floor. Just go down hard and like stop, like 3/4 throttle and let it get a hold of it and then ease in. And that's what I did, but as soon as that nitrous came in, man, it just...
Bill, what's the plan here? What are we looking for? Are we looking for, 5 digits,
No.
No, 5 digits.
The main thing, I don't even care. It makes what it makes. I don't really care what it makes. The main reason I want to do this tonight is I would like to figure out what the converter slippage is so that when I get home I can call Bubba Rafferty at Perfect Converter Company and say, here's where it's at. This is hard data. This is on the rollers. This is calculated converter slippage on 150. Yeah. And I wish I could turn them both on so I could really get a good reading, but I just don't dare do it on that fuel.
Understandable.
I appreciate all the help.
Of course. I appreciate you inviting me. It's been fun.
It's been a blast.
Yeah.
All except
I'm just glad I got to
You know what? You quit over there.
he's been crying about
I
this
know.
all night.
I know.
He's a full-blown cry. Full time.
He cried to me about not going to the pad. And I'm like, hey, guess what? Pack your bags. We're going to North Carolina.
Right. And then he cried.
And now he's upset again.
All he's done is complain about how I eat my steaks.
No, I haven't. I have brought it to everyone's attention that you like your
Why are
steaks
you worried
murdered.
about my steaks, bro?
And hamburgers.
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, Robert ate his. Well,
That's what he said. Robert's a good guy. This guy, all he does is talk shit. All he does is talk shit. It's terrible. It's terrible, Pete. Did you air the tires up yet?
Yeah, they're on 20.
20?
Looks like they've been running.
That's not bad through, unlock converter and a 700R and on slicks.
And 700 foot. I mean, yeah.
What'd it make torque?
691.
Almost 700.
We're gonna send you on with a graph. Don't worry, we'll print it out for you. So.
On the wall.
Ain't bad for a motor. Pull onto the wheels, is it?
That ain't bad at all.
Really?
And it may be skewed a little bit because we're doing it off wheel speed, so that means it'll multiply the torque a little bit, but it'll get you in a roundabout ballpark.
So what'd it make? 440?
448.
448 to the tire on motor. Now we finna see.
See, you let it cool down, whatever you need to do.
It don't need to cool down, bub. It's street car.
All right.
$24.
That ain't bad.
720.
So can you figure up the converter slippage? Is it bad?
I don't know. I don't have a way to do it on there.
It
Really.
didn't. You know how it does at the end a lot of times when it
Yeah.
flows through the converter.
Yeah, it should be. I'm not sure.
Yeah. The engine dyno said it made 540.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. So on the engine dyno it said made 540 and it made 440 on motor to the wheels.
Yeah, that's 15% drivetrain loss.
Yeah.
So you're right in the ballpark.
Well,
They made 5 what?
540.
Yeah, that's about right then. Say 15% drivetrain loss, 15 to 18% through an automatic.
you, sir, have a badass streetcar is what they're basically saying.
This is my daily.
Oh.
You have a daily bad.
You have a badass daily streetcar.
It ain't bad.
It's still not a Coyote though.
Coyote. You heard me?
You heard?
What we got here?
An Uncle Bucko problem. This is what happens when I don't babysit my brother. Look at all that crap in that filter. This is what happens when I tell my brother, hey, go get this fuel tank, clean it out, seal it, paint it, and put it in my truck before I get home from the pad. Well, if I'm not there to sit on them, shit don't get done. This is my life now, guys.
We're just happy we're part of it.
So now I get to drive all the way home smelling like gas. I got to drive all the way here smelling like gas.
There you go, Phil.
Look at this. The tub of towels. That's Kenny Power's favorite thing. The tub of towels. There's I want to check the coolant in it too while we're stopped because it's running a little bit warm. Everybody backing away. I see you. No, it's pretty cool.
That's going in the B-roll.
He was all nonchalant about it too. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to check the engine coolant at 250 degrees. It'll be fine.
What was that?
You heard me. All right, we're back on the road for another, I don't know, 90 miles. I have to stop and clean it out again. We might as well just figure on cleaning the fuel filter out every time we stop.
Yeah.
Because it ain't gonna stop. Like, it's getting worse and worse. Like the carburetor has got dirt in it, and you can hear it when you just barely give it any gas. It's got dead cylinders until you ease into it, and then it goes away. But I'll have to take it apart, clean it all out, and go through it once I get home. Right. Oh yeah, exactly. The best damn garage in town, and we're doing this shit. Might as well leave that tub of towels with me. Just send me the bill.
Send you the bill.
Oh, we stopped at Cracker Barrel to eat. And
Yeah! Got us some Cracker Barrel, yeah!
now we're fixing the fuel filter again.
This is like,
Is this Bill Hoskinson? Bill,
don't start with that shit.
I got your towel for when you're done, sir. Okay. Here, tub of towels. Sponsorship.
I was like, can we get a tub of
Yeah, tub of towels, if you're watching this, we are firm believers in these towels. I personally keep a jug in every truck we own. Mr. Hoskinson here will have this almost full jug to take with him back to his lovely state of Ohio.
Ooh,
To keep the...
a little dinner tray.
Yeah, I'll trade you for some cookies.
Bill, remember when I said I was going to edit on the way home? I think I was going to do it tomorrow whenever I'm at work so I'm not bored.
Yeah. Well, the problem with traveling with me is that the content never stops.
Never stops.
Never stops.
Never.
Here you go, Mr. Hoskinson.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you for
Tub of
your
towels.
lovely tub of towels.
Tub of towels.
It's a mandatory thing when you're
It is.
dealing with Uncle Bucko.
I'll call them and see if we can't.
Get a sponsorship.
Yeah.
Hire somebody to do a thumbnail with like your face and tub of towels and holding it up and like
Our face.
Yes.
It could be a joint venture.
Really?
I don't know if you want to do that or not. I don't want to pull you down.
You pull me down.
I don't want to pull you down.
This is the guy that tried to get canceled this week. Tyler calls that my filing cabinet.
What?
I don't have luggage. I don't have a suitcase.
You want me to go buy you a suitcase?
No, I don't have one.
Find out when his birthday is. We'll send him one for his birthday.
And it'll have Old Man's Garage all
I just
over
don't have.
Are you peeing right there?
No, I'm trying to get my keys out.
Did I look like it? Can we go to Florida with these guys?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Okay, I'm fine with it.
Except for you can see my skivvies.
Can we take the gentleman gym?
No.
Just you and me?
No.
So much for that collaboration.
See, I'm still wondering why they think they're going to Florida with us.
Because I don't know why they think they're going with us.
It's like I'm still wondering why. Billy, we're just gonna we're changing dates.
Yeah.
Billy, we're changing dates. Nobody's gonna know we're going to Florida. Okay, we're changing dates. All right, everybody. So it seems like this is probably going to end our Wilkesboro trip. We're heading home right now. We got the Malibu and the truck stopped at gas station, fill up, top off here. Probably about, I don't know, I think it's like 40 miles or something. Bill will split off and we'll make our truck back to Indy, and he's making his truck back to Ohio. So very fun trip. Huge shout out to Bill for inviting me along to come hang out and have fun. Huge thanks. Yeah. Dad, I told Dad, you know, pack your shit, we're going. So we're heading home. Huge thanks to Bill for inviting me. Huge thanks to Robert, Robbie, all the Dollar Boys down there at the not California, god damn it, Carolina Performance. So
Chris at Wilkesboro Raceway.
yep, goddamn, Bill's got a fucking crowd forming right here. We're heading home. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Really do appreciate it. Thank you for all the new subscribers. If you're new here, make sure you go to www.youngandboosted.com to get you all your merchandise and stuff like that. Besides, we've got shirts, hats, hoodies, and all that jazz. We will see you guys in the next one. Peace. I know the boys are watching this, Billy and Tommy. You guys have done so much for me and David, and I don't know if there will ever be a way to repay you guys for the love and the support you guys have shown us. It's been absolutely out of this world. You know, a couple years ago, people told us not to talk to you guys, and I'm so glad I did not listen, and I went with my heart and what I felt, because you guys have done nothing but help us and guide us down the right path to success on the whole YouTube stuff. And I will be forever grateful for that, from traveling the country to just coming over and hanging out. I've had so much fun with you guys, and I cannot wait for 2023 to be able to all race together, all be at the same track, and just living life. You know, it's going to be so much fun, and the whole YouTube thing has made me make friends that I never thought I would have in the racing industry across the country, and I'm so glad that I followed through with it even after the departure of a friend. So Bill, Billy, Tommy, Allison, Vicky, thank you guys so much for believing in us, helping us along the way, and taking care of us. And no matter what, always standing by our side and helping us make decisions to not only grow, but to be better people. I know I'm thankful. I know my dad is thankful. I don't think there's a way to repay you guys. Let's have fun this year.